So some investors use this as a way to not pay their full taxes.
When do you think is best to refinance a home?
I believe anytime you have
2026, Happy New Year to all. We're here to talk about different strategies and concepts, how to learn about different ways to get funded on your real estate investments. My name is Cecile Maravillas. I'm a real estate investor and I'm also a financial strategist. So I help a lot of clients with their deals and help them with their life insurance, use their life insurance policy to fund their properties. And you know, those different strategies are house hacked or BRR and all those concepts that they can use. And we're here with my friend Julian from Bond Mortgage. We're here to collaborate and we can tackle our strategies together to help our clients, to help people out there understand and to know different ways to leverage our strategies. All right, so hi Julian, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks Cecile. How are you doing today?
Good, we're here to talk about different things about your strategies and my strategies,
sure.
Right? And I know that there's a lot of people want to learn about how to refinance, how to leverage your mortgage and how to use DSLR, and let's talk about that, right? So first of all, tell us about what you do and what do you do every day and what do you specialize?
Sure. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your time. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm Julian Bonilla with Bond Street Mortgage. We do creative real estate financing here at Bond Street Mortgage, as well as traditional financing for residential properties, first-time home buyers, investors, anyone who's looking really to get into the real estate market. Even on the commercial side, we can offer some financing. But connecting today with Cecile, showing you guys some type of programs, different type of programs that investors, first-time home buyers, and anyone, again, interested in purchasing or looking to invest in real estate financing they need through different creative capital strategies that Cecile and I will review over today.
I'm from Zoline Financial and I'm a broker. We handle different and partner with different financial companies. First thing that we're going to talk about is the strategy of infinite banking. And a lot of people don't know the concept of it. It's basically just being your own bank and using your policy and to use it in different ways. And today we're going to talk about how to use it in your real estate so you can actually use your policy in that way. And how do you use that actually? So you use either an IUL or whole life, but most of the time we use whole life.
Sure.
Whole life is something that you can use and it's a guaranteed. At the same time, you can add dividends on that. Now, we partner with mortgage lenders like you because the concept is like they borrow from their infinite banking. And then once they purchase the property, so once they borrowed it, usually 25% down as an investor. And then once they borrow it, they have to refinance it from you guys.
Sure.
And they have to repay that policy. But at the same time, the great thing with having this policy is that even if you borrow from it, it will still accumulate as if you didn't borrow. Right?
Yep.
So, but then we want to partner with you, and I know that you have this type of loan that they call DSLR. So tell us about the DSLR, how it works.
Would love to share how the DSCR works. That's a debt service coverage ratio loan. And with the infinite banking strategy that Cecile was referencing before, we're able to use that money that you have into your insurance policy and use the DSCR loan program to purchase the property. And then at that time, you're able to purchase the property, add value to the property, and then refinance, like you said, to pay back into the insurance policy.
Yes.
There's two different transactions happening on the side there where, you know, when you're purchasing the property with the DSCR loan program and then refinancing a few months later after you purchased the property or a year later, say.
When you refinance it, would you open up a type of refinance or you're going to refinance for each of those properties? How does that work?
So I think whatever your goals are as an investor, I think every investor, every person is different, but for the sake of the infinite banking, you would add value to the property, make sure that there's increase in value there, whether you're making renovations or raising your rents, two different strategies to appreciate that value there. then you're able to go out and refinance and then reinstall that money back into your policy, where you're then not only collecting, like you said, infinite banking and becoming your own bank, but putting yourself in a position to grow your portfolio, not just purchase a home.
There's another concept that I remember. Is it the 1035 where you can exchange a property? How does that work?
1031 exchange.
Sorry, 1031 exchange.
1031 exchange. So some investors use this as a way to not pay their full taxes and exchange a property of similar value or similar structure for the property that they currently own, as a way to legally be compliant when it comes to taxes and tax purposes and saving as a tax strategy.
Aside from with having a policy that clients have from us at Zoline Financial, and they can use those policy for their retirement, and they can have a retirement tax-free, and they can also use that as a mortgage protection and also the assets. So that really goes hand in hand with all their assets. If they have multiple properties, they can partner with us and they can collaborate with us, Zoline Financial and Bond Mortgage, to really help them in their flipping and their house hacking. And that's what every investor would have to do, is to partner up and to be with us as a team, to help them out.
No, I agree. I think that's a great way to protect your assets, especially as an investor with a growing portfolio. You definitely want to protect your assets. I know you are an investor yourself, and you have a great portfolio, and I'm sure you yourself have insurance, mortgage insurance, and those are conversations I have with my clients to let them know, just in case if anything ever happens down the line. Please do speak to a financial advisor, whether it be Cecile and her team or another financial advisor, to make sure that this asset, which home is usually a huge asset for 99% of America, where their wealth is not only grown but initially started, it's a great asset, and it's something you definitely want to put insurance on and make sure you're protecting for the long term.
There's some other questions here that a lot of clients of mine is concerned, is that in terms of the schedule when to refinance, when do you think is best to refinance a home?
I believe anytime you have great equity in your home, when you've you've appreciated the value of your home, I think it's always a great time to tap into the equity, especially if you're using that equity not just for a vacation or something for personal gain, but just for something where you're actually investing in yourself. You're putting that into an investment property, into an insurance plan, into stocks that are growing and paying dividends. You definitely want to find that money, and if there is equity that's grown in the home, use that equity for the right purposes.
If the property is already have above the market value, even from the time they purchase it, can they refinance after a month, a week?
Usually I recommend 3 months at a minimum, but it's always great to purchase a home with equity already in it when you purchase it. That's a great buy, especially when you're a new investor. You definitely want to look for those type of deals, because that already is a great indicator that you're already growing long-term wealth.
That's great. Good to know, because people don't know when do they refinance it. And if you have already equity in your house, in the investment that you are going to purchase, 3 months is a good timeline, right?
Sure.
That's great. Do they have any concern with their credit if they refinance, or is there anything that they want to know to watch out before they refinance it?
You want to make sure your payments are on time. Credit is still good, usually above 620, or for those FHA, you want to stay above the 580 for those type of loans. But just having good credit is always great, and making sure that you're in a position that if you ever do want to make a transition or sell your property or fix and flip per se, and cash out on the profits, you want to make sure that you have that leverage and that safety net to make your next investment or put into, say, an insurance policy that will help grow their wealth in the future.
Yeah, that's right. And one last thing, what makes bond mortgage different from other mortgage lenders out there?
What's different about us, I believe, is not only are we a direct lender, direct bank, we are able to broker, and we really take the time to work with our clients, understand their situation, understand their goals, and we want to make sure that we help them reach their goals. So I would say our client delivery, our customer service, making sure our clients understand the mortgage process, especially for minorities, Latin speaking as I am. I want to make sure that my people and where I came from and where I've grown up are able to understand the process, not just go to the bank. And a lot of people have their eyes closed and they're maybe under service. I guess that's the best word to use at the moment.
Great customer service then.
But just delivering that customer service and making sure that they understand the loan process and they're able to write a loan after we're done at closing, and they understood everything from A to Z, and to make sure that our clients have that great experience.
How fast is the closing? Is it like a month?
We would say usually 30 to 40 days, 30
Normally,
to 45 days,
average?
correct. Yeah, we have in-house underwriting here at Bond Street Mortgage, so our whole underwriting team is here internally. We have direct access to our underwriting team, so all of our files that are being funded, we can go right up the hallway here and ask, what the statuses are. A lot of brokers, they have to wait, and it's not their internal teams, and they're waiting on other people's teams and trying to see what works best for the clients, and that sometimes takes a little longer. So we definitely streamline the process for purchasing, and then we also make sure our partners are aligned with the same thing when we refer our clients to them as well.
Just like Bond Mortgage and Zolan Financial, we also go through an underwriting, right? And if with internet banking, since it's a life insurance policy, individual would have to go through an underwriting. And the risk for our side is that their health and their age is the one that financial insurance would have to go through their underwriting. And then from that point, they can borrow from the infinite banking as long as they have the policy. There's no underwriting after that. That's infinite banking. But with bond mortgage, how stringent is your underwriting?
So we have a great underwriting team with over 20 plus years of experience. We definitely look at, I would say, 3 letters, CIA, credit, income, and assets. Our number 3 biggest indicators if someone can be approved for a loan, pre-qualified, pre-approved, or denied for a loan at the time of application. So there's definitely those 3 things I would say are most important, making sure that your credit is above average or average to make sure you can get qualified for the loan. Making income is important, and then also having assets to show the bank that you have reserves and you're able to pay a mortgage on time.
If you have a life insurance, same thing, we do have an underwriting, and every time an investor borrows from their policy, they don't have to go through all those underwriting every time they borrow, because they own the policy. But going back is that aside from borrowing from their policy, they also have a protection of living benefits. Living benefits is that they can already use the policy while they're alive. So if they are sick, anything with the owner has heart attack, stroke, cancer,
Sure.
they can use the policy right away. They cannot be able to go back to their work. They can actually pay their mortgage using that policy. So it really goes hand in hand and have a protection with their mortgage.
Sure.
So it's really a good package that an investor, even any regular owner, would need all those components all together.
Sure.
Right? So your protection, trusted lending partner that will help you go on and not thinking of what's going to happen the next day, and all your partner will be there for you. Going back to the bond mortgage, is bond mortgage only New Jersey area, or?
We are actually licensed in 18 plus states, so
okay.
usually any state that has a large metropolitan area, we are licensed in New York, New Jersey, Florida, Chicago, Texas, California. All of your major states we're licensed in, and then a few other states as well.
That's great.
Yeah.
So definitely we're going to partner with you, because in life insurance, we are licensed to all 50 states.
Beautiful.
So whatever your license will go hand in hand. So that's great. Do you have any last comments for our viewers that they can, they can have some a thing or two from you guys?
Sure. I mean, from my end, I think it's a great tool to understand the real estate investing landscape, the real estate purchasing landscape, just understanding your tools that you have, not only in infinite banking, becoming your own bank, using these different resources and strategies to make this year the best year you've ever lived. So really taking the leap. If you're scared, if you have questions, please find someone who can answer those questions, people that can guide you, who genuinely care and really have your best interests in mind.
Where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Julian the Mortgage Guy. Also, you can reach me directly at any time at my personal number, 732-397-1210.